Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back. Let's get another reaction for you guys. Today, guys, of course, you continue the journey of Superman and Lois. Of course, we're here with Superman and Lois Season 3, Episode 2. Last week's episode, of course, was the premiere of Season 3. Had a lot of stuff going on in that episode in regards to all the story they were setting up in terms of, Jordan and Sarah still being kind of iffy, and then Adam Man, I think that was the character's name, Adam Man, having powers, and he was released from jail before he was going to die because he had some sort of cancer. Onomatopoeia is involved in the mix and all that kind of stuff. And then on top of all the story stuff setting up this season, because they've been kind of, not really showing us too much of the story and the marketing leading up to the show coming back, is that with all of this, they had to get us used to the new Jonathan. And it definitely was a task, but they included him a lot in this episode, in last week's episode. So I'm curious to see what we're going to do with this episode. They kind of left a little thing there in terms of the pregnancy or potential pregnancy. It turns out Lois is not pregnant, so I'm curious to see what's going to happen with that. And then, of course, the ending of the episode showing onomatopoeia working with, I forget the character's name, but the character they hinted at the end of Season 2 and they talked about in Season 3 premiere. So we'll see what happens. A lot of stuff's tying in. So let's jump to now, Season 3, Episode 2, Superman and Lois. Let's go. Not wasting any time getting right to the test. Okay, this is getting serious. It's like all sad and stuff.
You okay?
Yeah.
How was your thing with your dad this morning?
You know my dad.
We can always try.
It was fun to imagine for a couple days. But that's all it was, a fantasy. Our lives are full enough already.
It could be like Romeo and Juliet, but with other worlds and nobody has to die.
Other worlds. Oh.
I have a car.
Your mom will be okay with that?
I don't know.
She's busy with mayor stuff.
She won't even notice I'm gone.
What are you guys doing later? Not like ask you to hang out, but if you want to, we can, but...
Like the time we took down those guys with the green horse in for money laundering?
Oh, you mean the time you forgot to turn the tape recorder on?
One time that happened.
Just there's this party.
Party.
Yeah, should Will there be boys there?
Yes.
Alcohol?
Maybe.
Oh.
But I won't be drinking any.
We hope by midnight, okay?
Will she, though? Something's going to happen at this party,
Hello, George.
Oh, thank God. I need you to listen to me.
Oh.
It was always about the crime of Smallville.
George. George, hello?
Oh, he's dead. Oh, he's dead.
Are you sure nothing happened with your dad this morning? He didn't say
Wasn't
something that upset
Dad.
you?
You don't know what's upsetting me? My assistant tells me that you're doing a story on judicial reform.
Yeah,
Actually,
no.
we want to ask you a few questions about Henry Miller.
We're not driving to Metropolis right now. We will not make it back by dark. You heard, Mom?
Don't drive.
I know.
Fly.
But we can fly. You know where there's gonna be tons of other girls.
And Sarah.
Metropolis party. Shotgun wounds to the stomach area, but we haven't been able to find any pellets.
I'm fine.
If you need to talk, I'm here.
I appreciate it, Kyle. Right now, I just need to get Sarah.
This is a bad idea. This is a bad idea.
And you brought your brother. You wouldn't mind if we talked alone for a minute, do you?
Now it's going to seem like Jordan's stalking because she's going in by himself.
We should go home.
This is awkward. I don't like this. Can we get past the party? Just being honest.
Friend tells me that she's your wing woman.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
It's cool.
Jordan's like, why am I here? Jordan didn't want to be here. Oh God. Jordan.
I recalled Henry Miller's sentence because he had a terminal brain tumor. Are you aware that Henry Miller not only survived months after his release, but had also displayed superpowers? He was the one fighting Superman in Hobbs Bay. The damage he caused is in the tens of millions.
Exactly. Oh shit.
I can handle this. Who the hell are you?
This interview's over. I have a message for you.
Oh shit.
What's on that phone? Who do you work for? You need to leave.
I know something's bothering you. It's not just this case.
Yeah, it's obvious.
I know you're in work mode, okay? I get that.
There he is. Follow him. We have to find out who he works for.
Yeah, who is that?
What are you gonna do?
The carpet's terrifying and you know it.
At least she's talking to somebody. That's good, right? Still awkward party, but still.
When your friend saw me staring at you earlier, it's because I recognized you.
I was only there for a day. And an apology for ending our relationship the way I did.
It was no big deal.
Eliza, this is
Whoa.
really nice.
Oh, okay.
I know.
I didn't even know you were here.
And I wanted to
Jonathan
give you
forced me.
space.
John,
Oh.
you don't need to give me space. This is completely new for me too, and I'm really sorry if I made you feel like you have to.
Okay, I'm
walk
glad that
on
she's going this
eggshells
route,
around
not
me.
the, what are you doing here? It's still going to be awkward at times.
So,
Yeah.
Sarah's in Metropolis?
I mean, well, you know,
If you're hungry.
I've, bothered you enough.
No. Actually, you'll be doing me a favor. Matt caught me by surprise.
holy crap.
Why don't you step down and we can go back inside?
What's
I went
going
to
on?
work this morning, and you asked me about Henry Miller. I knew it was the day I was gonna die.
And Lois Lane?
Oh.
She's got nothing.
Calling him out. Go to bed. Bed.
Just gonna live in there? What are you doing in my neighborhood?
Well, investigating you know.
You had Henry Miller released from prison.
Got proof?
Well, I mean, we'll find it.
My whole life, people have been accusing me of things I haven't done. And now you stand here in my home, accusing me of what? Playing Dr. Frankenstein?
I still haven't heard you deny it.
Because here, in my part of Metropolis, I'm the hero.
I thought if someone like me could become a judge, then maybe this world could become a better place.
Yeah,
Maybe become more fair.
Whoever did this,
we know
don't
who.
let him win.
Exactly. Come on.
I heard it happen.
Yeah. Heard on. Oh,
That would rattle anyone. The pride of Smallville. Like, have you heard that anywhere before?
No. Town seal in my office, the pride
Yeah.
of Smallville.
Let's go.
yeah, go.
Wait, I've got a girlfriend.
We've never been just friends. I won't tell anyone if that's what you're worried about.
Whoa.
God, Metropolis money just spends better.
You two aren't even drinking and now you want to run your mouth? Yeah, you could be our beer bitch.
He's not getting you.
Ooh.
Get me a beer, or you and your hillbilly girlfriend?
Hillbilly.
Get the hell out of here.
Here's your beer, bitch.
Damn. I was expecting like a vault or something. What the fuck? What's happening?
It's what I heard right before Dean was killed.
You might want to get out of there, Jesus. Taking the hard drive.
I watch people like Lex Luthor and Morgan Edge become billionaires while my community was choked. So I became the person they looked to. I transformed this community. I gave my people hope. You haven't changed a damn thing.
You don't know that. That's not true. No.
I don't have any other choice.
Well, you have a choice.
We're not done.
Oh,
We're not done.
we're done.
Oh, no, we're not.
Because I'm facing something uncontrollable too. I just found out I have cancer. But it's really hard because I'm really scared.
Wow. I mean, I kind of predicted this, but I wasn't sure exactly.
I have inflammatory breast cancer. It's rare and aggressive and it's hard to detect, but they did. And I didn't want to scare you.
I understand.
And I didn't want you to look at me like I was sick.
I promise you, I will never look at you any other way.
I'm not ready for everything to change. You froze his heart?
That's awesome.
Oh my god. I was like, where is he coming from?
I told you it wasn't going to work.
I'm done. There was
Okay.
only one trial.
I was just diagnosed with stage 3 inflammatory breast cancer. And I need to start.
And they're really... Damn. And there you guys have it. That was Season 3, Episode 2 of Superman and Lois. I don't know what the title was. I'll find out, of course, when I'm editing and all that kind of stuff. Wow. Okay, so a lot of things happen. I think we need to start with the big reveal, because I was theorizing this just based on how they ended the premiere last week with Lois thinking she was pregnant. It's a possibility. And then realizing, no, we have to run more tests. I can rule that out, but we need to run more tests. I'm like, this is not going to be good. And I thought they would reveal it sooner in the episode, but it's revealed she has a form of breast cancer. And they really like hit it home how devastating this is, but the music they were playing was really just, wow, just really just pushing forth, like, you know, obviously this is a major storyline, and I know this is personal for a lot of people because cancer is a thing that mostly can be beat, and I think they're going to have to tread carefully on how they handle this storyline, because I'm 99.9% sure they're not going to have Lois pass away due to this cancer. They're going to find a way to save her, whether that's through the medical reasons or something, because, see, they brought it up again in this episode. Adam Man, who was released from prison due to Bruno, right, which we got to see that, a great scene. I'll talk about that in a minute with Bruno and Superman. But having Adam Man, who had a form of cancer or something, he was released early, and then everything, and he's still alive, and they're doing some sort of trial treatment. I don't know if they're going to tie that into Lois's cancer, but they could. So they really, you know, like, hit that home. And I thought for a second they were going to cut away from Jonathan and Jordan hearing about it, but I'm actually glad they didn't, because they had to make it a point that we were telling everybody else, Clark, Jonathan, Jordan, and then eventually everyone else is going to find out probably in the next episode. But because, see, normally when there's like a big piece of information or news, at a certain point they stop like just having it repeated. But I think since this is a very crucial and very important storyline that they're going to tell here, that they have to, and it's too big not to. So it makes sense not to cut away. So they spent a lot of time on that, which makes a lot of sense. And Lois thinking a lot about it and dealing with her own way, because she could have easily told Clark right away, but she didn't. But yeah, I was kind of hoping I was wrong with my prediction of something terrible, but I was correct on that. So yeah, that was pretty intense. So everything else. So we got to see onomatopoeia a few times. First of all, killing the former mayor on the phone with Lana. And he mentioned something about the pride of Smallville, which is that sign. And there was a hard drive, and onomatopoeia attacked the mayor office, which there's no one else there. It's just John and Lana, and they have it plugged in. She showed up right on time. Onomatopoeia, because they're pretty much, you know, implying this is a woman. And I believe there was something about, I think the actress who portrays onomatopoeia, I think, revealed it on social media, so that kind of double confirms it. But yeah, so showed up. We actually got to hear onomatopoeia speak for a little bit at the end of the episode as well. But then confirming that John Henry Irons still alive. Like, what are you talking about? Like, no, John Henry Irons still alive. It's another version, but they don't know that yet. But yeah, John Henry Irons still alive. So we have that little moment with John and Lana eating dinner. Of course, it ties in later to the whole, you know, former mayor being killed by onomatopoeia. So I thought for a second, like, okay, are we teeing up? Because, see, I remember in the premiere, Lana and John Henry Irons were actually talking and getting along at the party and kind of, you know, whatever. It's like, okay, we already know what Kyle did in the last episode, but still. But they're having the dinner. I'm like, are they going to start flirting potentially? But I mean, she just signed the divorce papers, but still, you know, look what Kyle did. But, and that was before the divorce papers were signed. But no, it actually tied into whatever's on this hard drive. I'm guessing whatever it is, something the former mayor was doing some shady shit. I mean, that's the whole point of the premiere, was him showing up at that party without being invited to warn her about shit or whatever. It's like, so he was trying to warn her about some stuff. I don't know what he was involved with. I'm guessing maybe it ties into the Bruno stuff. So speaking of Bruno, so we got a little bit of him, like a tiny bit of him in the first episode. And here we got to see a giant scene with him. And of course, in a little bit towards the end as well. But a giant scene of Bruno talking to Superman and saying how I saw Lex Luthor and Morgan Edge making billions while my home was going to get nothing. I had to be the difference. I had to be the change. And I like the line that he actually throws to Superman, just because of this is his mindset, even though he is in the wrong here. Because at least the way he's going about his business is completely wrong. He says, don't come back into my house acting like you're better than me. I'm like, well, Superman wasn't doing that. He's asking questions. You weren't denying certain questions. And he didn't show up to think he was better than you. But the problem is, Bruno, that you are not a good person. Just based off of who you're associated with, the things you've been accused of, you're not a good person, Bruno. It was a great scene. It was a great scene. I really enjoyed how long that was, because normally you wouldn't have a scene with a villain and a hero in terms of like this, in this setting, to last that long, and even early in the season as it is. Like, literally, I tweeted during a break of the episode tonight that they're not wasting any time, and I'm really appreciative of that. They're not wasting any time. Okay, let's talk about the party, the awkward party. So Sarah and Natalie go, and they go to Metropolis to this party. And it's a gigantic party with this, I guess, 16-year-old's birthday, or I have no idea. He got a car out front, which Jordan froze. That was a good little moment there before everything, was starting to be revealed in terms of things happening back at Smallville, that they need to go back. But they go there, and then Jonathan gets invited by his ex, and then that little thing there. So she gets him a gift, and then wants to go to a room with him and wants to get back together with him. He's like, I have a girlfriend. Like, I don't know who the girlfriend is, but he's like, I got a girlfriend. And he's like, I won't tell anybody if you don't, if that's your problem, I won't tell anybody. Like, he left. He made the right call. But he thought, we're just friends, and he was trying to give advice to Jordan, like, hey, shit's awkward with you and Sarah, so make it unawkward. It's like, how can you not make something awkward? Because Sarah in the premiere of this season was like, just don't make it awkward and stuff. And it's like, well, yeah, but he still loves you, and everything fell apart. And now, he's a super boy, whatever. And it's like, it's a lot. But they shook hands, Jordan and Sarah, after, because I thought they were going to play it off where Sarah's going to be really upset that he's at the party thinking that he's stalking her, because she knows that he could do that because he can fly around and everything. And so, but they didn't go that route. Thankfully, they did not go that route. And so they shook hands. I'm like, okay, but it's still going to be awkward. Like, I feel like there's going to be points where Jordan is going to be awkward with Sarah. It's going to happen. So, I don't know. We'll see how they play it. Natalie talks to a guy at the party, not the guy that she knew from her Earth, because he actually has a girlfriend, and he's an ass, by the way. That whole scene with the cups or whatever, and throwing beer in his face and stuff, that was a great scene. That was a great thing, because they're having a little fun, and those guys are just jackasses, and they deserve what happened to them. They lost, and they had to give money up, and then Jordan froze the birthday kid's car because he's a dick. But now he's talking to this guy, because she went to that school one day in Metropolis. I forgot about this in season 2. She went to that school for one day, and then she just didn't go back. And because I thought when he said, like, I don't know what happened to you. He's like, what? And I'm thinking, was there a Natalie on this Earth, which would make no sense besides her? Like, it just wouldn't make sense. Right? I'm like, wait a minute, are they revealing and hinting that there was another Natalie before her on this Earth? But no, he remembered her from the one day she went to school in Metropolis. I'm like, okay. Like, that's actually kind of surprising that they actually did that, because I really thought they were going the other route of like, there's another Natalie, there's another mystery, but no. So, anything else that occurred in this episode? Not that I can think of that really was impactful. I think I'm pretty much covered. Watch me forget something. But, a lot of things happen. Like, that's what I'm appreciating about the show, is that they're not wasting any time. And that's great, because they could easily be prolonging certain things, but they're not wasting any time. I think I pretty much got everything covered. Well, the judge thing, that was a thing as well. But, like, the judge clearly was being paid off or whatever, and she realized going into the being a judge and being a part of the system that is actually rigged and everything. And Lois saved her life by revealing the truth about her cancer, but helped her off the ledge because she was going to kill herself. And so, like, that's another thing against Bruno. I was like, literally, you had a guy show up who looked clearly evil and basically was forcing her to kill herself. So Bruno, you're not a good dude. Even though you're not the one pushing her off the roof, which she was about to just jump off the building. Even though you ain't the one pushing her, doesn't matter. It's the people that you're associated with, and you're running this shit, is getting to the point where you're this woman who was just trying to do her job, be a judge, and you forced her hand and did all this shit. A lot of things at play here. So, yeah, they've the second time they've referenced Lex Luthor. We know Lex Luthor's in this season, so I'm waiting for him to show up. I'm assuming it's going to be later in the back half of the season, but I'm hoping that we actually get surprised that they've actually had Michael Kudlitz, who plays Lex Luthor in Superman and Lois season 3, that he's actually been shooting before the announcement, so he's actually in more of it than we think. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I hope the Lex Luthor shows up soon because I want to see him. I want to see him because this show is so good. I think I pretty much have covered everything. Major storylines with Lois, but we'll see what happens and goes from here and how they handle it. It's going to be tricky, but we'll see how they do it. But yeah, pretty big episode. Love the show. Love Superman and Lois. It's great stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed my video. I'm curious to know what you guys thought about the episode. Let me know in the comments below. I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out.